Okay.
So we're basically flying this thing right here.
That's correct.
Right? So we're coming in at 3,000.
3,000.
2,500. Final approach is 2,100.
2,100.
What's the 1240 here?
1240. Oh, it's got a little asterisk. Look at that. Localizer only.
Localizer
okay.
only.
So we drop down to
no later than 12, lower than 1240.
Correct.
You're flying the localizer.
Right.
So you level off and then
level off.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And see, that matches what you see. Straight in localizer, 17,
right.
1240.
Right.
Right.
Okay. But if we're on the ILS, we're coming. The decision altitude is 628.
That's correct. Okay. That's later on in our show.
Okay.
Go ahead and unpause it.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's see.
Crank it back up.
Turn all this stuff on there. Let's see this. Right here. I think so. Okay. So that looks pretty good. What else are we doing here around the GPS, right? So that's good, right? And now,
No, what I want you to do, Tom, is just put it on green for localizer. I'm going to put you out there and have you intercept it.
okay, so
So CDI.
put it on.
Yeah, number one nav. And put 111.75 in your number one nav. 111.75. And flop it over to your active. Very
Okay.
good. You see, it's been identified right away. IJYO.
Right,
That's
right.
the localizer.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Okay, what are we doing now?
Go ahead and move yourself on out. I'm not going to worry about radios. We'll
So we're just take
wrap
off
that later. Yep. Head right on out.
So this is how you get mud on the tires.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I go here, tell me what we're doing here. I'm still not quite clear here.
Okay. We're going to take off from here. Once you get airborne, I'm going to reposition the simulator
Okay.
to just outside of still. Somewhere.
Okay. Okay, good. So let's just get off the ground.
Yeah, somewhere out in there.
Okay, all right. So we'll just take off and then
Yeah.
we'll pause it and you'll
Yeah.
reset stuff here. Okay. Okay, we're on 17. Let's just go, okay?
Okay.
There's a green. That's alive. Heading 17, 45, 50. Somewhere around here.
And my application just crashed. That's okay. Next time over, I'm at box. That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to turn right.
Yeah, make a right turn to a heading of 300. Heading 300.
shocks on. That was the issue. It doesn't seem to be performing right.
Another 1,000 feet, and I'm going to cut, drag, and drop this thing and see if I can do it like that. Alright, Tom, let's, I'm going to reposition you. Let's see what it does. Alright. Good. Good deal. Alright, you're going to be at the current cruise of 123 and current altitude of 3,000 or so, right? Look at your heading there. You're on a nice intercept angle for the localizer.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, if I were you, I would turn left to a heading of about 330, or 130 rather. Turn left heading about 130, right in there. That's
okay.
Good. Give you a little bit more of a cut to it, okay?
Okay.
You're out in here somewhere.
I'm out in here.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. So when I hit this still, we're going to come down to 25.
That's correct.
Jot up will come down to 21.
Correct.
And then we come down, and we just keep coming down as long as we
see if it gives me mileage on your, go to your PFD. Go to, yeah, it does. It gives you mileage. Okay, good. Go ahead and leave that PFD up there, or that DME up there. Even though we don't have DME in a regular airplane, we would have it loaded in here, and you'd have your flight plan and everything. We just didn't do that this time.
Okay.
All right? You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. And turn. There you go. Just like that. Now you'll see a glide slope up there. Don't be confused by it. We're not going to fly that.
We're just waiting for the needle to come in.
Yeah, I've got you too much of a cut. I want you to go turn left heading 090. 090. Because you were going to come in inside of Danville. I don't want you to do that. already inside of still. You're at 10.9. So once that localizer starts to move, you can come on down to 2,500 up in this first step.
That heel starts coming in, should I turn into?
Yeah, it's kind of a sharp intercept, and you're just inside of still. Still is there's caucus. That's the same thing as still.
Okay. I see. Okay.
They're close by each other.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. I see where we're going.
There it comes. Now begin your turn to 171, and you can pull that power back and begin your descent. You can begin your descent because now you're getting established. This is something that was absent from instruction on this from instrument instructors for a long time. Is the fact when you can begin a descent and when you need to turn to intercept the course. Nobody ever talked about how to do that.
So we're coming down to what, 2,500?
2,500. There you are at 2640. 20. Nice. Good. So now, your next fix is going to be Danmo at how many miles? 6.3. Okay, well, so you're looking at...
It's 3.3 miles from where we're... Oh, I see.
There's Danmo, 6.3.
Oh, from the end of the runway.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. From the localizer. From IJYO, it is 6.3 miles. That's really 5.3. Because the localizer is on the other side of the runway, right?
I don't know.
It is.
Okay.
It's a red antenna on the other side of the runway.
Oh, yeah, here's the end of the runway. It's
yeah.
1.1.
Yeah, it's 1.1 from there.
Right.
Okay. So there, you're 8.8 miles, okay? So you're inside Jodup, you're outside of Danmo, so you're looking for 6.3 miles. At 6.3 miles, I want you to go ahead and put your 10 degrees of flaps in and come on down to the next step down.
So we're actually using DME to fly this course.
That's correct.
Okay, that's correct. Okay. All right.
You won't have DME in the Skyhawk. Okay, none of the G1000s that we have actual DME. Instead, you have GPS information.
GPS information. Okay. All right. So I'm looking for 6.3 on this number right here.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
That's
and
correct.
At that point, that's my final approach fix. So that's when I come down to whatever. Let's see. I said 628.
No.
Oh, we're doing a localizer, so it'd be 1240.
1240. That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're looking for 6.3 and then going to 1240. So we're coming down to 2100 now, right?
Should be coming down to 2100 right now.
Right.
Back on the power. Don't just push the nose over.
Until I come 6.3.
Yep.
And I'm 7.1.
Go ahead and put in your flaps. Come down to the Indian.
because that's the final approach fix. You're saying that's
correct.
Okay. So we're just about there. This is 0.4. Okay. So now bring this power back, or
yep, bring the power back. It flaps.
1500, maybe 10.
Down you come.
Here I'm coming down to 1240 is our number. And we're doing 700?
Yep.
This is non-precision.
Non-precision. 700 foot per minute. You're inside the final approach fix now, so there's going to be, that needle's going to get even more sensitive. Start to be more reactive to your control inputs. Sensitive, so you need to correct right away.
You want me to follow this needle?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
I'm trying to clear the weather. I can't clear the weather. Go miss. Yeah, I see what's happening. My application froze. That's not your problem. You're flying just fine. So what would have happened was, okay, so now theoretically you got to go missed, right? What's the missed approach procedure?
Climb to 1200 and then right turn to 340.
I think you better do that.
Okay. Well, we're at 1200. We're at 1240, so we'll just do this, and now we can do a right turn, climbing right turn to 4000, right?
Usual for the app to freeze, not the simulator. But
what happened here? What's happened to my airspeed? I don't understand what's happening here.
I haven't done anything.
Okay. I don't quite understand what happened now. Alright, there's my heading, 340. And I was approaching a stall for some reason.
Yeah. Go back here and make sure your temperatures are down. Fix that at least for you. There we go.
I don't know what happened there. I'm climbing to 4000, I'm heading to 340.
Okay.
Nice if I could just get back to my
2,500 at the top. Level off at 2,500 feet. I'll get back to a level approach. I'm going to turn you in kind of tight. I want you to do this again. So maintain this heading. And then kind of give ourselves a wide turn.
Glide slope indicator actually coming in.
Yeah. Pay no attention to it till for about a couple of weeks or a week.
Okay.
We'll get to it eventually.
Okay.
That's what you just set. That's what you just set, rather. That's your 2,500 feet. That's your altitude, right? You always set.
Oh, I see. I don't think I quite realized that.
You always set the altitude, though.
Yeah, but I always look at this up here.
Oh.
So I never really focused on that.
Give you a fairly big turn. I want you to turn right to a heading of 120. 120. localizer comes in, as it starts to come in, I want you to descend to 2,100 feet.
Okay.
Okay?
Meaning when the needle is centered?
When the needle starts to move in, because you're going to be really close here.
Okay.
As it starts to move in, descend to 2,100 feet, and then you'll be lined up to go to Danmo. Right now you're 9.7 out on the localizer.
Okay.
You would have loaded the approach, yeah. You're flying this raw data.
Okay, so now the needle's coming in. So,
okay.
So what are we saying?
So we're going to turn to the right and begin our descent, right?
Okay, all right.
Pull your power back, very good. And now you're going to Danmo, which is 6.3 miles away. Or, I'm sorry, not miles away. 6.3 DME off of the localizer that you have showing right there.
Waiting for 6.3 on the DME, right?
6.3, then you're going to drop those flaps again.
That's the final approach fix.
That's the final approach fix. And you kind of come down to 1240.
Come down to 1240, okay. So, pretty much now, right?
Okay. Back you go. Sensitive now that you're inside the final approach fix. Right there. Track that localizer.
It's a glide slope, so it's a bonus for
yeah, you're technically going into it, but you don't care for this exercise. If not go around.
I'm sorry?
Land if able, if not go around.
No, it's landed, I guess. How far am I from the actual runway?
Well, let's see, it says about 3 miles there, so you're about 2 miles.
2 miles, okay. I guess I'm coming down. Am I coming down? I guess the lights say I'm high, so I guess I'm coming down. So
well, are you coming down?
Yep, I'm coming down now. What I mean is I mean to come down.
Yeah.
Because the lights up there.
That's right. That's right.
So I need to come down. So let's do 400 or 500.
And you can validate that by looking at the fact you're way over the blow slide.
Exactly.
So you got to get on there. Maybe another notch of flaps in there.
Yep, that's a good idea. It's still pretty high, so let's just bring back more power.
Yeah, bring that power all the way out. All the way out.
The simulators are very hard to land in my opinion. So I think
in everybody's opinion.
So let me just slow this plane down a little bit. I may land on the grass.
I think you're going to land on the grass. You can't like that.
They're pretty high, aren't they? They got more flaps to do here, right?
Yep.
So it's just do it.
Okay, so pull the parking brake on, silver button. Okay, I suppose you to a stop. You got 4 approaches in today. Yeah, that's good. Okay, all right. Capture that time again.
Capture that time again.
221.9. 221.9.
1.9. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. All right, I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I'm good with that. Here's your book. Okay.